When I first moved out to LA a decade ago now, at the time I was very inspired by all the biohacker YouTubers and all the different morning routines and all the different claims that all these different activities that you could do first thing in the morning would boost your performance in this way and that way. And
The power hour.
yeah, exactly. All these different things. So I had this hilariously elaborate morning routine, which involved putting my feet on the soil for grounding, because that was supposed to alter something about negative and positive ions and positively improve your performance. And then I did a visualization. I used to do meditation. I used to do journaling, all the different things. And then I would start work pretty late. And also, having spent this biological prime time that you get served up first thing in the morning, where you're really flow prone, on things that didn't need any flow proneness to be able to perform well at, because they're fundamentally rejuvenating and regenerating and priming activities. They're things you do to perform. They're not things you need to perform within. And then I came to LA, and there was a guy that I was interning with at the time who was extremely well connected. I was very fortunate to meet a bunch of extremely successful household name entrepreneurs. And I immediately remember being struck by the fact that none of them ever mentioned anything about a routine or a journaling thing or a visualization thing or a whatever thing. They would wake up and they would immediately start working. And they were extremely successful as entrepreneurs as a result of it. However, they did all have this fatigued, slightly burnt out, slightly cynical quality to them. There was like a lacking sense of vitality and freshness. A lot of the biohacker types that I had been influenced by were oozing vitality.
Sure.
Even if they were much less entrepreneurially successful. And then I came across the research, thanks to Stephen, that we've been talking about here, which emphasizes that your flow proneness is highest first thing in the morning. So you probably want to use that to get into flow, and that you need to recover at the end of a flow cycle. So the obvious thing was to take advantage of what both the super successful billionaire type entrepreneurs were doing and the biohackers, but just to flip the sequence and to harness the period of high flow proneness that you get immediately upon waking, and then to reboot for more flow proneness later in the day by doing all the sort of biohacker style routines at that point.